Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, as today we're going to be talking about Mr. Patrick Kane on if he should become an Edmonton owner. And right off the get-go, I'm just going to let this, sit out there and marinate. I do not want Patrick Kane as an Edmonton owner, and we're going to be getting into many reasons why we do not need Patrick Kane. And for a matter of fact, we need better defense, and I will be going into that very much in today's video. But before we get into that, I'd like to just say, if you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that like button as well. It'll be very much appreciated there, guys. So I was seeing a lot of Edmonton Oilers fans really wanting Patrick Kane, and even some Oilers fans saying that, yeah, I agree that we have not a great defensive core, but hey, if we get more offense, that means we keep the puck on our stick a lot more, and that means we don't have to play defense. False. Fucking wrong. Like, I just don't understand that thinking, man. Once you get into the playoffs, like, sure, you could have probably one of the best offensive cores in the league and be amazing during the regular season, but once you hit the playoffs is such a different game where there's going to be, game plans to shut down your entire offensive core, and we've seen it. We've seen it multiple times before. We've seen it against Colorado. They played very well defensively against us and shut down every one of our top big scores and, swept us. So for us to pick up Kane is not going to help us. There's going to be no positive value in this trade at all. And I'll get into, the reasons why. First of all, the way that Patrick Kane plays. His 5-on-5 play is absolute fucking horrendous. The guy is not even a point per game player if he doesn't include his power play points. If you take a look at last year's stats, he had 22 assists and 9 goals on the power play this past season. So you add that together, that's about 31 power play points. You minus it off the 92, he only has 61 points that year. And on average, he has about that, that mark is 61 points per season, which, yeah, it's still pretty good. 78 points, 61 points in that, that game. That's pretty good. But a lot of the points that he's getting from is from the power play. He still generates a little bit from the 5-on-5 play, but he still gets a lot of it from his power play. And let's talk about this guy defensively. He is fucking horrendous. I just don't get what's in Edmonton owners' minds that we can just outscore everyone. You look at the past few Stanley Cup winners. Colorado, great defensively. Tampa Bay, amazing defensively. St. Louis, Washington, Pittsburgh. All great defensive teams who have a very solid defensive core. While we're sitting back here, we have fucking Nurse, Ceci, Kulak, and Bouchard right now, which is, pretty respectable, but definitely not near amazing as what Colorado has or some of the other teams. And I think we need to focus on that more than this guy that can't play a 5-on-5 and plays really good on power play. I just don't get this. We don't need any improvements on our power play. Our power play was killer all season long. So what's the thought processes of us wanting to get more deadly on our power play? When has this worked? We got to the conference finals, sure, but we got swept in the conference finals. So where did that power play work, right? Like, where was our defense during that series? So picking up Kane is not going to have a positive value on this team at all. It's not. Yeah, sure, it'll bring more offense to the team for sure, but his defensive play is absolutely in the negatives. It is horrendous the way that he plays defense. He doesn't try at all. He doesn't mainly try at all 5-on-5 wise, so why do we want to pick up a guy who, once again, would cost us a decent amount of money? We would have to trade out Barry, which would, once again, make our defensive core worse, and just to have a guy that can produce more offense when we already have Hyman, McDavid, Kane, Nuge, Draisaitl. We have Puljujärvi down the depths. We got guys down there, and, if we're going to be trading away Puljujärvi in a first, is that really going to help our team improve, right? Is it really going to help our team improve defensively? Because if we're not going to have a great back end, we might as well try to keep some of our better defensive forwards, and that is Jesse Puljujärvi. Right, we might as well keep a guy like that who does play very well defensively and not trade him for a guy that can't play defense at all. So, honestly, I don't want this move to happen. I think it'd be an absolute moronic move. I don't see it happening, especially with the cap, like with the way that Jason Grigor kind of explained it. We would have to make a trade to, or he would have to get traded to Arizona to retain more cap just to bring it to us, just to get it really low. But I just don't think Ken Holland would be able to do that. I don't think he's that big of a genius. And I mean, he could, but I just don't see that happening right now. And quite honestly, we don't need Kane. We still have to sign McLeod. we don't need Kane. If we need anybody, we need defense better than anything else. Our offensive core is solidified. I think it's good. There's nothing we really need to touch upon. We got goal scorers. We got two-way guys up there. We got playmakers. We do not need Kane. We do not need him. And if you guys, disagree with me or agree with me, comment that down below. I'd like to hear you guys' opinion on it as well. But I'm not a big fan of Kane. I love Kane. Kane used to be one of my favorite players back in the day, but right now he's just, he's not that picture-perfect guy 5-on-5 wise, and he's horrendous 5-on-5 wise, and we don't need a guy that can't play defense nor be great expected offense or, play very well offensively, 5-on-5 as well. So, I think that's about it for me, guys. That's my discussion about Kane. Let me guys know in the comment section below what you guys thought, and if we should be picking up Kane or not. I think mostly it's just, a fib. They probably just heard some kind of discussion about it, and they decided to write some articles since it's the dead of the summer, and we all know how usually the dead of the summer gets for these analysts. They start talking about some random bullshit. So this is what it probably is. So hopefully we do not go after Kane. Because I definitely don't think the Edmonton Oilers need him. But for now, guys, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Adios, amigos.